Hello students, our next topic is economic environment in India. Now earlier also we have understood this concept, what is economic environment and how it impacts the business organizations. Economic environment can both be positive and it can be negative for the businesses to operate in India. To understand it, we will be learning about the new economic policy which was adopted in 1991 and a brief comparison of it with the old economic policy, which was a mixed economic concept. Now up till 1991 we could see that the public sectors, they were operating in India and they had control over most of the industries. But slowly and slowly, because most of the public sector undertakings, they started to become sick and inefficient units. That is why the government, it reached to that stage that it was not possible for it to revive from that stage, because it was turning out to be a huge loss for the economy on the whole. There was a loss of foreign exchange earnings, and in order to support public sector undertakings, we could see that lot of investments the government had to do. And we came to that position when it was felt that there was something to be done to revive the economy from that condition. And that is why in 1991, when Dr. Manmohan Singh, he became the Finance Minister of India, he came up with the new economic policy of 1991, and that economic policy is called the policy of liberalization, privatization and globalization, LPG. Now, how was this economic policy able to revive the Indian economy from that crisis situation? That we are going to learn. And afterwards, how it impacted the business industries of India, that also we will be learning. Now, first of all, to understand what is liberalization and how was liberalization, the policy of liberalization applied in India, we have to understand this term. Liberalization, from the very name itself, liberalization means become liberal. Now the question arises, liberal from what? So for this we need to compare the situation of India before 1991 and the new economic policies which came up. Before 1991, there were so many restrictions, rules, regulations that were imposed on Indian industry and business. That means they were not free to operate in the economy. As a result of which, there was so many economic bindings. The private sectors, they were not allowed to operate in many of the industries. That was solely reserved for public sectors. There was license and quota permit Raj. There was restrictions in terms of, you may say, quantity. Tax regulations were there. Tariffs or tax regulations. So all these things, it was really making the Indian industries suffer. As a result of which, we could see that this policy of liberalization came in India, and once this policy of liberalization was adopted in 1991, this policy focused on two things: relaxation and freedom from unnecessary controls and restrictions which were earlier imposed on the Indian industries. So how it was done? These are the few points which I have mentioned. By abolishing licensing requirements. Earlier there was license to be required for starting a business, for expanding the business, for every small business operations and activities. There were so many legal formalities which had to be completed. So the government, through liberalization, it abolished the licensing requirement in almost all the industries except few which was necessary from nation point of view and from security point of view. Now, second thing which it did was freedom in deciding the scale of business activity. That is expansion and contraction. There was no need for any permission for this to take, which earlier was there. Removal of restriction in the movement of goods and services. This restriction was put earlier. Now it was removed. Freedom in fixing the prices of goods and services. The business entrepreneurs, they were allowed to fix the price of their products. They were allowed to move their products from one place to another freely. Reduction in the tax rate, their tax structure, that was also revised by lifting of unnecessary controls. Simplifying the procedures of exports and imports. And finally, attracting foreign capital and technology, so that we can also update ourselves with the upcoming technology and changes to be globally competitive. So these were some of the liberalization measures which were adopted. The second is privatization, LPG. The privatization means reducing the role of public sector and giving that role to private sector in nation building process. Earlier, public sector was enjoying the commanding heights in the economy. That means entire control of nation building, that was in the hands of public sector. But a time came when there was need to bring about the changes, and the ownership, management and control of the public sector, which solely lied in the hands of public sector, that could also be transferred to the private sector, so that they could also equally participate and make the economy competitive. For this, the first thing which was done was planned disinvestments. Disinvestment means sale of equity share of public sector to the private sectors. First thing was disinvestment. Dilution of stake of government in public enterprises. Most of the public enterprises, we could see that the government, it was having its ownership, management and control. Maximum of the share partnership also it was having. But it was decided that if the government stake in any of the public sector undertakings was less than 51%, then the ownership and management could also be transferred to the private sectors. So it's dilution of stake. Third was the establishment of BIFR. BIFR is Board of Industrial and Financial Reconstruction. Those public sector undertakings which were turning out to be sick, inefficient units leading to losses continuously, it was referred to this organization, BIFR, so that it could decide whether to continue or to stop a particular public sector enterprises. In this way, there was need to see that private sectors also, along with public sectors, they could shoulder the responsibilities of nation building process and move the economy forward. The third was globalization. Globalization means integration of various economies of the world towards global economy. India, as it was earlier, not opening up its economy and solely dependent on government to decide everything. Once it decided to adopt the policy of globalization, there was always a possibility that it will integrate with the rest of the world and always be a successful leader. So for that, we could see that before 1991 till 1991, there was import restrictions, there was tariff restrictions, and there was quantity restrictions. Three types of restrictions were there in India, which was restricting India to integrate with the other economies of the world. So after 1991, it was decided that there would be import liberalization, there would be export promotion through restructuring of tax structures, and there would be foreign exchange reforms, so that once we were in a position to export, we could earn more and more foreign exchanges, and that could certainly revive our economy from the situation of economic crisis which we faced in 1991. In our next lecture, we will be talking about the impact of this new economic policy on Indian industry and business. Till then, thank you. Chalo.